Welcome back, Nick Lenz's Comic Corner, Classics / Non-Classics. This is episode number 298, and Doubleshot number 229. Okay? First up, let's do this one first. No, this one. SpiderMan Deadpool, Volume 0. Now, somebody's thinking, I thought some of you probably raising your hands like, I thought you only did it for Spider-Gwen, Silk, Howard the Duck, Old-Man Logan, and Weird World, and X-Men 92. Well, apparently they did it for Spider-Man Deadpool as well. Though in the case of those particular books, it was their previous volumes. That lasted about 4 or 5 issues. This book is a proper issue. This one's a proper Volume 0. Because this one contains the early team-ups between Spider-Man and Deadpool themselves. From Deadpool, Volume 1. Deadpool, Volume 1, number 11. Cable and Deadpool 24. Amazing Spider-Man, number 611. Deadpool, Volume 2, number 1921. Avenging Spider-Man, 1213. Deadpool, Volume 3, number 10. And Deadpool Annual, number 2. Now, who writes these issues? Well, Joe Kelly writes the Deadpool Volume 1 issue. Daniel Way writes the issues. I mean, he wrote the Volume 2, so it's not surprising about that. The annual is... Oh, I almost forgot. Joe Kelly also wrote Amazing Spider-Man 611. Fabian DeCesar wrote the Cable and Deadpool issue. Deadpool Volume 3 is written by the issue 10 that's in here. That's written by Brian Posehn and Gary Duggan. Christopher Hastings writes the annual, and Kevin Snickak writes the Avenging Spider-Man issues. Each one of these issues is just the earliest, just pretty much their team-ups they had over the years. Deadpool number 11. Deadpool time travels back to Amazing Spider-Man 47 and meets Spider-Man back in the 60s. That's really the whole point of the issue. The 1921 Volume 2, that is them teaming up to take on Hitmonkey, who is currently going to join the Mercs Money. The Avenging Spider-Man issues... They team up to break Kevin Hustler out of jail. Yep. The Volume 3. Yeah, it's him teaming up with the Ox Spidey. 611 is something that takes place just prior to the Gauntlet. As a matter of fact, this issue came out just before the Gauntlet. Yeah, the Criminals hired Deadpool to distract Spider-Man. That's really the whole point of the issue. The annual is them just like the last time they team with each other prior to the start of the series. Yeah, teams are very rare as it is. There's even a hilarious joke where they actually swap costumes. All the issues in here are really funny and pretty enjoyable to read. And this is a proper Volume 0, unlike the other ones. They just do it because they want to do a Volume 1. But these are still good, so 9 out of 10. I do recommend it. Not much to say about these books. They're just good. Alright, next up is Avengers K. Now, some of you are thinking, what the heck is Avengers K? Well, these were classic Avengers stories that were adapted and made into stuff made in Korea. I am not kidding. That's what Avengers K is. And it has sort of very somewhat kiddish artwork. Yeah, the story is just Avengers vs. Ultron. Yeah, these are all just the Avengers vs. Ultron issues. Now, this book surprisingly does not list what issues are in this trade. When I saw this, I'm like, what the heck is this? And I don't know if you noticed this, but this book is larger than a normal trade. Yeah, this book is thicker. Look at this thing. It's like an inch thicker. It's wider than a regular trade published by either Marvel, DC, or any other company. I mean, this is about the size of a coloring book. Yeah, I have never seen anything like this for a trade. I've seen this for coloring books, but never trades. Pretty much what these are adaptations of the Ultron issues from the Avengers series back in the 70s and 80s. That's really the whole point of this. They're just adaptations, but they're translated by various different writers. The original comics are by Mark Waid, Kyle Higgins, Al Siegert, Roy Thomas, and Jim Shooter. They're probably the ones who original comics in here, but Jim Zub was one who wrote most of the issues in here. But it says these issues are adapted from Age of Ultron 10 AI, Avengers Origins Vision #1, Avengers 57, 67, and 161 to 162. The guy who wrote the adaptations of these issues, his name is Cy Yeon Park, and the translated ones were written by Jai Ewan Park. I'm sorry if I've mispronounced those names. There's nothing really much special about this, but if you want something that's, well, Avenger stories that are a bit kiddish, this is for you. Nothing much to say about this. This didn't really... I mean, yeah, the stories were interesting, and one thing I thought was a little bizarre was that Hawkeye, in here, despite the fact these adaptations of classic stories, despite the fact that most everybody is wearing what they're wearing back then, Cap, Iron Man, and Hawkeye are wearing their movie costumes. Wasp is wearing one of her classic costumes. She's wearing her the costume she wore prior to joining the Avengers vs. X-Men, which is simply let's see if I can get a good picture of it. Here we go. Yeah, she's wearing this costume here. Yep. Yeah, and Wonder Man shows up in here along with Black Panther and a few others. This is just okay, but I don't want to disrespect the material that are published in here. I mean, these were adapted into stuff published in Korea. Probably South Korea, because I don't know if they allowed this stuff in North Korea. I have no idea. So, I won't be fair to it. I'm going to give it 8.5 out of 10. It's just decent. Alright, that's it for this episode. Stay tuned for the next episode, which is episode 299 and Doubleshot number 230. Okay? Till then, see you there. Bye.